So when I finally came to Germany in September last year and I did the fast, I think I lasted about 2 weeks, which was amazing. I never felt better. And the reason why I posted that is because I truly believe health is wealth, because there was a time for me, quite a few years, where I was suffering from a lot of different health issues that no doctor around the world could figure out what was wrong with me. And so that was really frustrating. And at the same time, I was working really hard, and I'm in the entertainment business, so there's no sleep for us, and we're always working. So there's a lot of stress, which added on top of whatever was happening to me. And I tried different kinds of natural remedies because I don't really like to take medication, and I don't like the Western, I guess, health system, to be honest. I prefer like more naturopathy or other forms of healing. I guess you would call it alternative healing methods. So I knew about the clinic for a long time, and I just never had time to come here. But I was going to different other places, other doctors around the world. And I guess I came to the conclusion, after we did figure out what was wrong with me, I did get better, but I realized through that journey how important it was to always pay attention to my body and what I'm eating and what I'm consuming, whether it's visually, mentally, as well as internally from food and other things. Those all play a big part on your health and your whole system. So finally, coming to the conclusion of, hey, I should give this clinic a try, because I've been researching about fasting for so long. Throughout my other research of all the other medical stuff that I had to research because doctors couldn't help me. So when I finally came to Germany in September last year and I did the fast, I think I lasted about 2 weeks, which was amazing. I never felt better. Like, from the 10 years that I suffered to that September of 2 weeks, I felt like I was superhuman. And then it changed my thought process on food. It changed that, hey, like, you don't have to eat every single day all the time. I mean, that's just, to me, a myth. And you can have so much energy. Like, I had so much energy, I was working out. And I know that weight loss is a big thing that people look for, which I also was looking for, and that was amazing. Because through my research, I learned that after a certain amount of hours, our body goes into something called autophagy, which eats all those bad cells, and then you start eating that stomach fat, which is the fat from stress and all this. And I saw the difference in 2 weeks, and I felt amazing. And I continued with intermittent fasting afterwards for about 2 months. And I just, I had great energy, I had better mood, I wasn't depressed, I didn't have anxiety. I was able to focus. So because I experienced that from just fasting, like, it really changed my life and my mind about what I believe is good for our health. So I guess it depends who your family member is and your relationship with them. But I will say it's made our relationship better, which is very strange to me. But also not strange, because I know what fasting can do to another human's mind. So with my mom, I was so grateful that you guys could fit her in, because I know you're always booked. I was worried about living in the same room with her.
Can imagine, totally.
Usually I could only last 3 days with her, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going, bye-bye. But this time we've lasted so long, and we are laughing and having such a good time. And I truly believe, because my mom is obese, she has diabetes, well, not anymore, but we'll get to that. Diabetes, high cholesterol, I think she was having trouble with, and definitely high BP, as we all know in the clinic, because everyone was so scared for her. In the beginning, she was very nervous and angry, like her usual self, nervous and angry and mean, which that's not who she is. So, which I know, but I'm used to her being that way, because for many years she lived in a space of obesity and all these health problems. She also has a bad back, she couldn't walk, she's in a walker. So many issues definitely makes a person, their psychology makes, it brings them down, I guess, when you have so many health issues. So after a week only, what a difference. I mean, not only did she lose so much weight, her sugar went down, cholesterol down, BP is under control. She's gone to the gym. I actually asked her, hey, are you done? I'm a little tired. I'm gonna go. She goes, no, I can do more. I almost had a heart attack. I was like, well, who is this lady? She's happier. I could see it in her face. Like her smile is up. Usually she has a turned down smile because she's always thinking all these things, you know?
Negative.
Yeah, she's Eastern European, so I don't know if you, she's had a hard life. So her face is changed. She's lost the weight. She looks brighter and happier. Also, I know it's because of the staff here at Marbella. Everyone's so kind and so loving and caring. So I must say that. Like, everyone has been so lovely to her. She always comes back happy, smiling, talking about the nurse, her conversations. But I really believe the fasting has changed her. I mean, obviously we can see through the medical diagnosis, right? Through the blood work and stuff. So she's doing so well that I'm pushing for her to stay longer, and she's actually happy to stay. Which in the first time in all these years, she's actually happy to do something and be somewhere. So I don't know, to me, I guess it's proof that this is working and it can work for someone like her, and also someone like me. And not only that, hey, you might rebuild a relationship with your loved one. I mean, my mom goes on every day, it's so beautiful, it's so peaceful, it's so lovely. I'm hearing such positive words coming out of her mouth. So I think many people would do themselves a favor by at least trying for 2 weeks. I would say 2 weeks is really, there are doctors that I've seen that say, oh, fasting is not good for you or not good for everyone, which I do believe that we all have different systems and react differently to different things. But the reason why I came to the clinic, and I love it here, is because it's a medical clinic. We have doctors, we have nurses, 24 hours. So anything that can happen, it will be fixed. You are safe here. I would never tell anyone do it at home. I've seen people's videos, they've done it at home, but I think it's quite dangerous because you don't know if your BP will go down or some reaction can happen, and you want to be in a safe environment. I think for any person who's interested and curious, their first time should be here, for sure.
If it's a prolonged fast, for
yes,
sure.
for sure, I agree. And I think for me, it was a combination. I struggled with weight. I gained about 50 pounds when after I figure out my diagnosis, and I was depressed and had a lot of also things, stressful stuff happening. So I think I gained a lot of weight in that time, about 50 pounds, which I don't know how many kilos, 25 kilos.
Imagine that, yeah, more or less.
Yeah, I could show you a picture from before and after. But now I'm back to my natural, regular weight. But it was a struggle to lose it because I wasn't maybe eating properly. My hormones probably been out of whack from eating badly and bad sleep and stress. So I did lose through exercise and diet, maybe about 30 pounds, but there was some leftover, not good feeling weight around the tummy area, which I feel was very hard to get rid of. So I, of course, coming here in September was about a few things. Definitely the weight loss. Also, because of all my illnesses, I know I had a lot of things happening in my body, and I know cell regeneration is one of the things that fasting does for you. I know that when you fast, your HGH, which people don't know, human growth hormone, which is natural, decreases with age. But when you fast, it comes to like such a high amount that your immune system is boosted, your cells can regenerate. And I think internally, we cannot see it, but I believe that something's happening. Yeah. And I knew that I needed that for myself. Yeah. And I'm well aware that the gut is the most important part of your body, and it's our second brain, they say.
That's what they say.
So I also knew this time coming here, I had to come because I've been eating bad also again. And you know what, we're all human. And to be honest, I'm not gonna be perfect after I leave, but I'm gonna try my best. And so now I've decided at least I will come here once a year, for sure, because everybody needs that extra help. You know, we're not like, in our regular life, it's so tough to like do this, that you do need someone to care for you or hold your hand a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
buddy, you can't control your habits.
I wish, this just came to my mind, like there was, only this comes because I just thinking about some people that I know for drug addiction. Because if you said someone quit smoking, because quitting smoking is very difficult.
Very difficult, yeah.
I mean, everything is something that I've learned, but I also know, but I don't know. That's a hard question. I guess the food, the menu that you have is really amazing, and I keep posting, as you've seen.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh my God, that looks so delicious, that looks so delicious. And I'm like, yeah, it's vegetarian, or it's all fresh food.
Ecological.
Yeah, and they're shocked. And they're like, does it taste good? I'm like, yeah, it tastes great. And one thing I learned also from fasting is that when you remove yourself from all these foods that have so much sodium and fats and all these other bad things, and sugar, especially in America. Sorry, no offense, America. So I learned that when you fast, your taste buds come alive. And also your smell come alive. I put a little perfume on for today for you, but the whole time I didn't wear deodorant or perfume because I cannot stand the smell. It's too strong for me. I don't know if I stunk, if anyone smells me or not, but I don't care.
I didn't get any complaints about it.
Okay, good. But I feel I needed to be so natural that only the natural sense in nature was palatable for my nostrils. And also with the food, I noticed like you give honey in the morning, but even tasting the honey was so sweet. It was an explosion that I told the nurse, I said, I don't think I can eat the honey. It's so overpowering. And then when I had my first, readaptation and back into my food, I would chew very slowly because I was enjoying tasting every little flavor. Like I played a game, I said, oh, let's see what's in this. I was like, oh, I taste flaxseed. It kind of tastes like this, but it can't be this because it's not this. Like, I was playing these games of what I could taste, what does it remind me of, the textures, and it was just a beautiful and new eating experience.
Beautiful.
Which was here, not even, I didn't experience that in Germany. For some reason, something in me changed this time, where I looked at the food differently. Also, the presentation here is just, yes, and I noticed there's not so much sodium or salt in it. Everything is just perfect for the palate. So, I mean, well, definitely fasting. Another thing I didn't mention is that they say when you do fast, it helps to turn back the clock, right? For some reason, you seem to look younger. And I remember last year, everyone's like, oh my God, you're glowing, you look amazing. Skin was better. Facial structure, obviously, because you lose the fat around here, was more prominent. So fasting definitely has been incorporated for sure now. I think naturally I've always intermittent fasted because we don't have time to eat. So it was by accident. Definitely the gym, definitely water. Of course, I have like a routine of skin cream I do love, but I always say that the beauty comes from inside because I've experienced that as well. So I do actually do a lot of IV infusions, especially traveling. Every time I land, I try to get the vitamin IV, and it's filled with antioxidants like glutathione, and I put the biotin, I have the zinc, magnesium, vitamin C, extra boost. So as you would know, that really helps for everything in the body. Definitely sleep. I'm a person that really believes the sleeping beauty is a beauty because she sleeps. And that is a time for regeneration for many things. I do notice if I eat more fresh, organic food, that my skin does look better as well. And definitely I do like to get facials, so I'll add that. I know people always they're like, oh, how could just eating help you? But eating and sleeping and drinking water really helps you a lot. But then the extra help as we age is definitely maybe a laser or a chemical peel, microdermabrasion. Any of these like beauty facials really help to maintain. And staying out of the sun, I think, as much as you can.